Hey everyone, I'm working on this 2015 Nissan Rogue SV, and the recirculation actuator seems to be acting up. Whenever you try to put it on recirc, it goes back and forth between fresh air from the outside and recirculating on the inside. A couple of servos on the left side, driver side, and then there's a couple on the passenger side. I'm going to show you how to do it on this one. Whenever I'm pushing the recirculation button over here, going back and forth, the actuator that's actually moving is underneath the driver's side, up underneath the dash there. Go ahead and take the lower panel off right here. You have to remove your side panel. Be careful not to scrape it up. Once you pop that up a little bit, you'll be able to grab it and pull that cover off. And you have to do that because the way the molding is right here, this cover actually goes over it. So the next thing you're going to want to do is take out the Phillips screws that's hanging on to the fuel slash hood. They're right under here. Let me see if I can get a good, they're right there. So you're gonna need to undo those screws. Just get you a regular old Phillips screwdriver and go ahead and remove them. So get that bolt. Okay, there's that one. And then go ahead and just slide your fuel tank and your hood latch out. So once you do that, pull on the dash, just kind of pop it out and just start pulling on it, and you can, there's little push-in clips up here, so you can actually just pull on it like that, and then do the same for the opposite side. Pull it out like that. Now if you leave it like this, it's going to be in the way. It gets in the way, and it's kind of hard to maneuver around it. So if you go to the back side, there's some little squeeze clips right here underneath the you want to take those out, just slide them out. It's on the bottom side, and they're color coded, so you can't screw them up. You can see that's blue, black, and gray. Blue, black, and gray. And then come up here, you can take a screwdriver or something, take your wire off right here for the OBD2 connector. Okay, once you got that popped off, then go to the opposite side right here, just kind of push. There's little bitty tabs here on the edge of this connector, so just barely push in on it and pull that connector through. So once you pull that connector through, then you can totally move this panel out of the way, and then that way it's not in your way, dangling all around. So now the bottom of the dash is exposed, and let's go up in here and see if I can't get a better picture. So whenever you look up underneath here, you'll see a little vent, and there's actually a actuator back behind here. You can probably see the top right there, but that's not the one that we're changing. We're changing this one right up here. If you follow the brake pedal up, right next to it, to the side, is the actuator that I'm going to be changing. Now I'm really zoomed up on it, so I'm just trying to show you how to do it. So this little tab right here, you got to push it down. I'm going to use a long screwdriver just to show you. So if you put a little bit of pressure on the front side, you can see it going in, and then just a little bit of pressure on it, and then push backward, and that plug will come right out. You can see electrical plug is out, and then there's only two screws. There's one right there and one on the back side. It's kind of tough to get a regular screwdriver up in there, so what I am using, a 1/4" extension. I think this is my 12" extension, so I'm using a 12" 1/4" extension, and then I have a 1/4" socket on there, and then on the end of that I have a Phillips P2. So I'm gonna put that in there like that. And if you have a magnetic end or anything or something, that would work, and then you got your 1/4" ratchet right there. So this right here is what you're going to need. So basically, this is the only tool I've used other than a screwdriver. Now, if you want to take your panel off, you might want to use like a plastic panel remover tool so you don't scrape up your panel. Okay, so I'm going underneath the dash here, and I'm putting the screwdriver right behind the vent. I'm going to take that back screw out first, so I'm going to go up. It's easier to see it actually in person than in my camera view. And I'm removing the screw Now it's going to feel tight whenever you do this. It's not really hard if you got this extension. If you have a really long screwdriver, you can probably make it happen also. Okay, so there's this first screw. You can kind of see right here, I'm on the back side of the plastic box. And I'm going to go up, and right there is this screw. I'm going to go ahead and undo that one. Just turn it by hand, and you can see the actuator basically just fall out. So, okay, so now I got the screw down there, and then I'm going to bring the actuator down. So there's a little flat spot right here on the servo. You take a screwdriver and you just kind of twist this right here. Don't put too much pressure on it, but this arm comes off. So you take that arm off and you would turn around and place it in the new one. So this piece right here, it's going to be in the new piece that you get. So whenever I took this arm off from this one, the black piece stayed in there. So I was able to just swap this piece over. You're just going to transfer this one over to the new servo. Just look at the splines right there, and you'll be able to pop it back into position. So as long as this is the same way whenever you took it out, you should be able to just put it back into the position. Just don't be moving it a lot like this. Just try to push it right straight back up in there and put everything back together. You should be good to go. And you can kind of see the arm right there. Now you're basically going to just put the new servo back up into position. And whenever you get it up there, you need to be ready to get your screws and start tightening it up. So you can see I'm just pushing it back up in there with my hand. It's a little tricky, but not real bad. And I just pushed the door. And so now I have to make sure that I look and see where the hole is on the vent. You gotta be really careful, because if I know you can't see it right here because it was up in there, but if the vent moves, then you're gonna have to make sure that the end of that arm is in the hole inside of the vent arm. Hopefully these next couple of pictures helps you out. It's kind of hard to get the camera up in there and show you exactly where it is, but the arm's right there, and then there's a picture of the servo and the stud going up into the arm. Get you a screw, get it on the end of your socket, and get one started. If you look at it, you'll see that the flapper inside of the box there, it definitely has a hole in it that the little stud on the arm that you swapped over to the new actuator, that little stud will go in that hole. And if you go ahead and put the stud in it and then kind of push the actuator up in there, then you should be fine. Go ahead and don't crank down on these because it's just going in the plastic. Just snugging them up slightly. And then now you've replaced that actuator. So once you get those snugged up, then just go up in here with your hand, push the electrical wire back over into where it plugs up at. And this is kind of tight right here. And then just push the plug in. And once that plugs in, you've got the new actuator in. Go over and just press your recirc button, and you should be able to see the vent underneath here. If you look up in that hole with the ignition on, I'm going to push the recirc button or the fresh air. Now you can see that vent moving, and I'll go ahead and press the recirc again, and you can see that vent open up. So now you know that flapper is opening and closing. And you've just fixed your recirc actuator. So after that, you just put the bottom of the dash back together. But anyways, thanks for watching today's video. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for me. Like it, share it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching again, everyone.